What's up, baby? That's right, I'm back and I'm rocking the Ohio State gear this week. Kind of pinched my nipple, that hurt. But you know what? This weekend, this Saturday, Ohio State is facing off against Michigan, our biggest rival and possibly one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports. All right, it's intense. It's a battle. There's bad blood. There's hatred. And I have a lot of Michigan listeners to the show. I don't know where you guys come from, okay? And I don't like it. I mean, hey, we're friends most of the year, but this week, hey, no. And it's just hardcore, and a lot of you guys keep saying, take the Ohio State gear off, we suck. And I've been meaning to wear it every single year that we beat Michigan, but the past couple of years that I've been doing this show, we've lost, all right? And that's a hard pill to swallow. And I keep waiting until after the game to wear the gear. I'm like, all right, after we win, I'm going to rub it in your faces. I'm going to wear it and hold my flags and the foam finger and all. And I haven't gotten the chance yet. So this year, it's against all my superstition and thinking maybe I'm the jinx, maybe I'm the problem. I'm wearing the stuff beforehand to show my belief and my commitment and my loyalty and my hope in my team to get it done. Okay? 2 years, you got lucky, all right? And also there's a little bit of a cheating scandal. I'm not going to go into it. But anyways, I'm going after you. We're going to get the W. And this is for Ohio State, all right? Let's go, Buckeyes. Dear God, if we lose, I hope it's not my fault. Sports! How many of us have them? Clean and clear. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Full Circus Thanksgiving edition. My name is Tristan Sartoris, and it is Thanksgiving, so happiest of Thanksgivings and holidays to you, man. I didn't go all out, but I did do this little thing, and you can barely see it, but just know that it took several seconds, okay, not minutes. I'm either very lazy or efficient with my time, so that's really all I did. Listen, I do like Thanksgiving, contrary to popular belief. I just don't think it's enough to prevent me from decorating for Christmas, which I've already done. I think it's a swell time to be with your family and give thanks and be thankful, all right? And some people think those are the same thing, but they're not. Okay, one is to just give a little bit, one's to be full and to consume all of thanks, all right? So you can be giving thanks and you can be thanking thanks. And to that, you appreciate and receive and give and pass around. So anyways, yeah, it is a beautiful holiday, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful one. Make the most out of it. And you know what? If you're sitting there and you're looking at the pie right now, okay, because it is Thanksgiving, I'm releasing this podcast on Thanksgiving, as per tradition. And I don't know where this happened. I just kind of got ahead of myself. I started recording it. So this is out. And happy Thanksgiving to you. And maybe you're listening to this while you're eating the pie and you're looking and you're thinking, I don't have enough calories for that. Oh, I didn't get enough protein on the carbs, the mashed potatoes. Forget about it, okay? This is your day. It's Thanksgiving to feast, all right? It is a time of communion and gathering, and go after it, okay? Get another slice of that marble mashed potato cobbler. Or, dude, what is it with Thanksgiving dishes? It's like people just use the holiday, and it's a swell thing, okay? But it's always disgusting when you first see it. They just combine so many unsavory ingredients. Oh, this is the marshmallow, cauliflower, broccoli, Colorado. And you're like, are those sticks? What is that? It's like leaking down the side, and nobody wants to touch it, but like 90 minutes into it, no one's even looked at it yet. And like halfway through dessert, like, oh, freaking no one freaking touched Rebecca's freaking whatever that is. I'll try it. And it usually ends up being great, but it's gross. And it's just it's a concoction. It's a scientific, food Frankenstein. It's what people do. And I don't know how it always comes out being pretty good, but it's a confusing time nonetheless. So take note, man. Look around the room. Who brought the weirdest dish? That would be a fun tradition to make. Who could make the craziest dish this Thanksgiving? Who could make the wildest, like you look at the list of ingredients, you're like, that doesn't go together. And somehow, some way, they put it together. But yeah, it is Thanksgiving, and give your thanks. It's really right there in the name. It's very self-explanatory, perhaps the most self-explanatory holiday outside of the 4th of July, because it's just the day. They didn't try much at all. Is this the 4th of July? Yep. All right, what are we calling that? We'll get back to that one. I'm sure we'll come up with something better by the time it comes back around. It's here again. What is the 4th of July? Bingo! I like that. Write it down. That's good. So yeah, giving thanks, having fun, and And I'm happy that we were able to keep up with this tradition because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, man. It's been a rough few days or weeks. I'm just spread all over the place. You're trying to do work on the apartment and do some voiceover and do a little silly little things and hang out with people and the family and the gifts and the Christmas and things and, all the stuff, right? Spread. Rolling pin. Where will I go? How much of myself do I have? And it was just a busy night. And we capped it off by making pies very late, which is always fun. But, I'm not the greatest baker. So it took a little bit of effort from myself. And yeah, to be truthful, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to lie down. And right then and there, as I was getting ready for bed, feeling a little guilty about it, my mom said that her friends wanted to go out and do something. And so now I did that. And now I'm like, well, I'm up kind of fuming. All right, not fuming, but just enough to be a little bit hyper and angry. And the anger kind of shot me back up to a mood of like, you know what? Screw it. We're doing this thing. So thank you to them, I guess. But also, I got a bone to pick. Okay, bones. And I've talked about this a little bit on the podcast before, but let me get your take on this, right? If you are inviting somebody out to do anything and you want to go pick them up, what do you do? All right. How are you getting them home? Because my mom's friends don't think that one through. All right. Oh, we're going to do this and that. We're going to pick you up. We're going to have some fun with it. Okay. How are we getting home? Nobody knows. Oh, we're going to do this. Okay. How's she getting there? Nobody knows. All right. And now I don't mind helping my mom out. Let me make that very clear. My mom has had a problem with her eyes and I want her to be safe throughout the night. And I'll do anything for my mom at any time. We know that I'm a charitable mofo. All right. I've already gotten all my Christmas presents for everybody. I love getting them gifts. In fact, I just got my mom a bunch of more Christmas decorations, bought my dad a part for his TV. I'm doing things about the cafe buy just because. And they're like, save this, make this a Christmas present. No. All right. Because I'm generous AF. All right. I like doing things for other people. And, I've got all my stuff. Did I wrap it? No. Okay. I'm like the tortoise and the hare. Sure. Like I'm going to run my race. I'm going to get really close and maybe I'll wrap them Christmas Eve. But you know what? I'm going to finish the race. I might get beat by some people, but right now I'm running quick and I'm going to take a little break. But anyways, I love to help my mom and I'm fine to help my mom. The problem I have with this situation is the assumption that I got nothing else going on or that you're not going to put any effort forthwith if this doesn't work out. Like, it's disrespectful, okay? And I don't respect disrespect, straight up. I'll be honest with you. And neither does the skateboard. So anyways, if you're going to have a plan, don't let it be half-baked. All right, I'm throwing all the stuff into the batter, I'm getting it ready, and I toss it into the oven. Okay? Well, now, how long do we cook it? And at what temperature? When are we pulling this thing out to make sure this plan is thoroughly thought through? Oh, I don't know. I put most of it, and I did most of the things. But I don't know how it finishes. I don't know how it's going to go, but I assume that somebody else is going to pick up my slack. That's not fair, okay? Now, I'm not asking for money, some pennies to be thrown my way, but a thank you? One time or something, okay? And now my mom is the one who has to feel bad asking me for help constantly. But if I'm not around, that's just it. They're like, oh, yeah, I didn't really think, I just assumed that I was going to inconvenience someone else. All right, that was my plan all along. I was like, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to do whatever I want and inconvenience whoever comes along in your life because you actually have charitable people that care about you. But I don't care enough. So anyways, man, it's unfair, it's rude, and it's just not right. So guys, chill out. That's something I'm not thankful for. I'm not thankful for the blatant disrespect from my mom's friends. And am I feeling a little bit heated? Maybe, okay? Now, I don't mean to be rude, but also, I was just inconvenienced late in the night when I was ready to go to sleep. And again, I guess they got me on the podcast, so it's fine. But whatever, dude, whatever. That's not even the worst part of it, dude. My mom didn't even want to go, right? We had just finished making all these pies, and she's hurting, and she's exhausted, and she doesn't want to go anywhere. And they blow up her phone. Hey, come on, we're going to go do this thing. Oh, come on, we're going to go to the bars and go hang out with the people. It's like, no, I don't want to. Come on, it'll be a peer pressure, all right? And this is how they get me to go do things, I assume. So my mom didn't want to go, and eventually she caved because whatever, someone from school is here, some guy named John that they haven't seen. Like, come on, we're going to go have it with John. It's been 5 years. And now they got to go hang out with them. And now she's inconvenienced. Now I'm inconvenienced. It's a conglomerate of inconvenience. Gonna go hang out with this guy. Like he's the Pied Piper of people who don't have anything to do on Thanksgiving. Okay, my mom's got stuff to do tomorrow. These people probably don't. All right, no shame, no disrespect, but also a little bit because you started it. But anyways, just a whole thing, man. And now she's gotta go, and then I gotta go, and that's not even the biggest beef. Again, the biggest beef is you haven't said thank you. Not once. All right, now my mom has a plenty, and she feels bad about it. But the friends, hey, think about what you're doing. All right, anytime somebody does the littlest thing for me, I say thank you. I don't like doing thankless jobs. We know this, but it is my mother, and again, I'm charitable AF. I'm out there helping where I can. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to be rude. But you know what? You disrespected me. You massacred me and my family. I could stand for it. So anyways, that's how I'm feeling. Again, it is what it is. I'm not actually too upset. I'm doing it more for the show of the podcast. But also, it did get me riled up enough to come and do the show. So I guess thank you. But also, you're a problem. So anyways, do with that what you will. I don't know. What's the take? Am I allowed to be upset? I guess I'm looking for opinions here. Is it okay to be like, again, not to my mom. My mom needs help because she got peer pressure and she's like, oh, okay, is it okay? Can you help me? I'm like, Mom, I love you. I'll do anything for you. Okay. But is it fair for her friends to be like, hey, I want to hang out? And she's like, okay, will you pick me up? No. Okay, will you drop me off after? No. Then I'm going to do it. I don't know. Figure it out. I want to do things right now. Get somebody else to go and do this so we can do whatever. Oh, come on now. So anyways, guys, Thanksgiving's coming up. Dude, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And by lately, I mean about an hour and a half. Turkeys, okay, are not the most disrespected bird on Thanksgiving. Let me get this one, all right? Turkeys, for a long while, every once in a while, a turkey gets pardoned on Thanksgiving. They go, oh, he's been saved, he's been graced, he's not going to be murdered. Okay, turkeys get slaughtered on this one day. We feel so bad for him because we're eating so much turkey. Hey, does anybody think about the fact that the number one meat, the number one poultry that we have like all year long, chicken, gets no respect? They're getting slaughtered left and right. And do they get a day? Now, I'm not saying they want to be slaughtered, but I imagine in the coop, the chicken's like, okay, look at this. We're dropping numbers twice as fast as this guy over here. But we don't get a day. They get a whole Thanksgiving, a holiday to lead up to Christmas, and we're what? Chicken? People use us to make fun of people that are scared. How is that fair? And a turkey's like, oh, it's a turkey. It's Thanksgiving. He's full of life and joy and cheer. Chicken, this is the scaredy cat. This is the weak, the coward. That's the chicken, all right? Wouldn't you be scared if you were getting massacred all year long without so much as a thank you? Talk about being thankful, man. This year, I want to be thankful to the chickens of the world, okay? The ones that taste so good. Again, I'm a carnivore, all right? No disrespect to the vegans. But I want to be thankful to the chickens that have laid down their lives and have asked for nothing in return, all right? And they might not be asking for a thank you like I am from my mom's friends, but I will give it to you, chicken. Thank you. And by the way, you taste way better than turkey. Turkey doesn't taste good. They're, kind of ugly looking. And we know we're only just giving them a year for what? And for why reason? All right. Chicken is being blown out of the water all the time. I think it's about time we switch over Thanksgiving to the chicken meal. All right, let's move it over. Let's switch. Turkey's had its time to shine and it's failed. It's used all of its spotlight and done nothing with it. It's never been great. We're putting gravy upon gravy upon gravy. Why? Because it's just not right, man. That's why its sales aren't up throughout the year. Chicken is through the roof because it's delicious and it's easy to kill. But put some respect on the chicken's name, man. People who get disrespected often can recognize other disrespected clients of the world, and I look at the chicken and I say, mwah, I see you. Game recognizes game, my brother. So anyways, what else is going on, dude? I've been running into a lot of people who don't know when to leave a conversation, and that's fine. I love talking to people, but it's a bit awkward when someone's like, there are some people who just don't contribute, but they like to be in the conversation. And you're like, are we done here? And they're like, yeah. So that thing, I thought, okay, all right. And it's always these people, like I've been doing a lot of these Facebook Marketplace, like pickups. I'll grab some tools or some supplies or whatever, and I'll bounce all over town and people will bounce around to me. And it's a quick exchange. Okay, 1-to-1, cash in the hand, I go to the thing, and boom, we're done. And then they just sit there. They're like, oh yeah, so what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing? I don't know you. Okay, I just sold you a heater. Go get out of here. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, the ductwork. I don't know about the ductwork. So the ceiling, no, I don't know. It's not my job. All right, so I went to sell a heater for my father, and I was in my dad's shop, and he was talking about the rafters and the whatever and the plumbing. I guess he was used to. He's like, yeah, it's probably not, how normally I would do. I was like, I don't know what to contribute here, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. And you know what's funny? It's always like the toughest people. People are like, oh, I don't talk a lot. I'm a big masculine man. Talking is for those chatterboxes, those weaklings. I'm more of a stoic, strong, silent type. Dude, the people who say they don't like to talk are the most talkative people you will ever meet. Because, hey, it's not that they don't like to talk. It's that they don't like to listen. All right, these people love to just sit and engage and be a part of it, but they don't like being with someone else of that caliber. Someone like me, they're like, okay, that should be enough. But in this certain circumstance, they linger for a bit way too long. But I always notice it's always those tough guys who say they don't like, oh, dude, I don't want to be trying to talk. I want to let's just be silent and watch the game. Dude, those people will talk your ear off. But anyways. It's also hard to get rid of them sometimes. You're like, hey, can we meet now? All right, because I'm not really contributing much because I'm like waiting for it to go, and it just keeps running, man. And so they keep like asking about stuff after I've already bought it too, right? Like I'll give them the money. He's like, yeah, so there's like 4 of those things. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like I'm getting it from my dad. I don't really know much about it. Well, if you just clip the glass, like, oh, I'm sure you could figure it out. I mean, so if you mix 2, and then obviously if you put, hey, I don't know anything about it. By the way, what's that in your hand? Oh, the money I already gave you? You made the sale, bucka. All right, let's move on. All right, now I'm a talkative guy. I love to talk. But when I am in a rush and I'm trying to speed away, and you come up with like the most burliest of people, and they're strong, just in the country, and they won't stop talking. And I'm like, guys, we have to end this. And then it gets to the awkward point. I'm like, and they cut me off like, oh, so, there's another thing. How about the game? Like, all right. So it's always difficult, man. You never know who's going to want to get into a conversation with you. But you know what? I'm making jokes, and I don't want to get too deep on this podcast. All right. I mean, I'm pretty riled up. But I also just want to say that some people, holidays are hard. So maybe that conversation helped them. And maybe, man, am I reflecting too much? Part of me overthinks way too hard all the time. I reverse back into a sentiment. I'm like, dude, am I being too rough? Am I being too rude? Not with my mom's friends. They deserved every bit of that. But I think about people like that. I'm like, man, the joke can be kind of funny, what I'm saying. But I'm like, are these people, what are they going through? Maybe I'm the only person they got to talk to. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I just want to buy these freaking air vents and be on my way. Like, I just wanted to have someone this Thanksgiving. So you know what? I'm sorry, man, out there. I mean, I didn't ditch them. I'm making light of it. But I did sit there and I talked to them about the backup Browns QBs for a while, dude. And they didn't even agree with my opinions. Okay, they were being kind of disrespectful to what I was saying. I was like, yeah, dude, the backup Browns, I have a lot of faith. He's going to get... I don't know about that. He's like, well, okay. Well, I think he has potentially some... No, I've said it. What are you talking about? He's like, okay. I want to go, but I feel like you need this more than I do. And... gosh dang it, if I'm not a charitable mofo, dude. So I sat around and we had a good time, dude. Hope they're doing well, and I'm glad that it happened, I guess. I don't know, guys. So, on top of Thanksgiving, Black Friday is coming up, which is also how I got all of my Christmas presents. Whatcha? And if you want a little trick, dude, use like slickdeals.net. This isn't an ad, but I use Slick Deals. Holy crap, I said the name twice now. Now it really sounds like an ad. Dude, actually, like I use that all year long, and there's a lot of times where you get tricked into thinking, oh, Black Friday is the only time of year there's deals. Dude, there's deals left and right all the time. But use that, and it kind of has like all the Black Friday stuff just in together, so you can search through there and find some stuff. But anyways, that's not what I was using Black Friday for. My Black Friday vehicle was to say, hey, here comes last minute shopping. Get ready for war, all right? Because a lot of you guys do like to wait to the last second, the same way I'm like to wait to wrap. You guys do the whole race in one final sprint, and and it's going to be rough and it's going to be brutal. So I'm not saying this to convince you otherwise and to say you need to go down a different path. I'm just saying good luck, saying that, well, one, you made a wrong decision, but two, I hope it goes well for you. And be thankful for the time that you have, man. So yeah, Thanksgiving, dude. Thanksgiving, it's a beautiful time, but Christmas is even better, and I can't wait, dude. We actually just went and did our first Christmas thing of the season. I mean, upon like decorating the house, but we went to like a charity, because I'm charitable, like tree festival. They decorate all these trees for charity and get mine. It's a whole freaking thing. Actually, I want to do one next year. Maybe we'll do one for Full Circus, and we'll just have a bunch of cutouts. Hey, oh, whoa. And just stickers just all over. And then like, why did you get for charity? You guys got to buy it, right? We don't want to, but the money is for a good cause. But also, do I want a 7-foot tree of a bunch of cardboard cutouts of who's this doofus wearing a shirt of a team that might not win, talking about how he feels disrespected and is also too lazy to wrap all the presents that he got ahead of time? Who's this goofer? So anyways, we're looking forward to that. But I wanted to say that we went there, man, and that was super fun. And I saw Santa Claus, okay? And I got some photos with Santa. I'll put them up. And nobody else wanted to get some photos with Santa. And I know a lot of people look at me and my family, and they go, oh, Tristan's so silly. He's going to go do this because he's having some fun. I'll tell you this much, dude. A lot of people don't know. One, charitable AF. But I looked at this guy, okay, genuinely. I thought it was going to be a funny little gag to have a 24, 25-year-old go up there alone to meet Santa and sit by him and tell him what he wants for Christmas. But the guy didn't have a line, all right? And the big heart that I have, I saw the guy and I thought, you know what? I think it would be cool to him to have somebody be like just excited to get back into his line and we could talk it out. And you know what? Gosh dang it, if I don't feel like I lit his day up. I sat next to him and, he was already jolly, rosy cheeks and all, but I feel like just a little bit more red got cranked up in these cheeks. I have a way of making people smile, and I've noticed that. Every time I go into a store, I smile, and they go, oh, I'm smiling now too. And it's just the way that it goes, dude. Your smile has power. Now, it doesn't hurt that I usually have something in my teeth, and that might be what they're smiling at. But joy's joy, right? I got broccoli, and they go, oh, idiot. So anyways, I sat next to Santa, and he was chill. I told him that I wanted a new flannel, because the entire time we were there, I'm wearing the red flannel in the picture I already put up. And everyone's like, oh, dude, you're wearing your flannel pajamas? And they're baking me, and it's fine, because I love the family. I love to be roasted. But I told Santa, I said, Santa, here's the deal, okay? My family has been roasting me nonstop. I need a new flannel, one that doesn't quite look like pajamas, but this doesn't look too bad. And I'm like talking to him about it, and he's like, yeah, he's like getting into it. He's like, yeah, I don't think they look like pajamas, but sure, I can hook you up with a new flannel. It could be looking like, dude, thank you, Santa. That's awesome. Let's get this photo, right, boy? So we got that thing, and I walk back to my family, and immediately over the freaking little banister line, Santa yells, and next time, don't wear your pajamas. Oh! Santa, are you kidding me? I confided in you. I walked up to make sure you were okay, and you have a friend, and he roasts me in front of my whole family. What a guy, and ho, 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 Merry Christmas. I'm pretending to be upset, but I love it, and it felt like he was a part of our group, and it made me happy. And it also made me happy because as I was doing that, and the guy who's like in charge, an older gentleman of the line in the photos or whatever, he's like, I saw this kid walking around here earlier. He's just a little kid, he is. I saw him playing on the escalators and skipping down the hallway. And I love the fact that someone else recognized my just childlike exuberance and energy, and it made me feel good, man. So look at that. Sometimes you put good out into the world, you get good back. But I'll say this, dude, don't expect good. I think that's the problem with people. That's an easy way to get bitter, is when you think, I'm going to do something. Holy crap, does this go back to my mom's friends that I'm expecting to thank you? No, what? Screw that. But, in life, when you do things and you're like, it's hard to be a good person because I want to expect good back, and you don't always get good back. That's just the way that it is. Chris Rock has that bit where he's like, they say what comes around goes around. No, it don't. Sometimes it just keeps going around. And I don't know if it's racist to do Chris Rock, but I've been doing it a lot lately. Women are bad drivers. Listen to me. Women are bad drivers. Okay. And again, I don't know if it's racist, sexist, maybe, probably, but you know what? It's a fun voice to do, and he always has that stick shtick, I guess. You can't. It has to be shtick, which is funny. He always has that stick over there. It's shtick. You gotta. But shtick sounds like a fake word, doesn't it? But you can't say stick. It sounds like it's properly enunciated. Oh, he's just doing his stick. And what do you mean? No, it's a shtick. It's a assembly. So, anyways, he has that thing where he says like the topic of his bit multiple times before he goes into it. So that's kind of how I like to do it. I don't know where I was going. Oh, yes. Being good, don't expect a lot of good back. Okay, listen to what I have to say. Being good in the world does not mean you're going to get good back. And that's rough, dude. It is a hard lesson, and I think it's an easy way to fall into a trap. You're like, I did good. I put out. I'm not getting equal back, right? Because we like fairness in the world. We like equal treatment, and that's just not the way that it works. So I think one of the most impressive things you can do in the world is be a good person and to be nice, because the world isn't. We're capping the podcast off philosophically. But yeah, dude, I think that's probably one of the most impressive things you can do, is because you're going to have a lot of people in your circle, in your life, and they're not going to treat you well. You know, kind of like the way they keep disrespecting me and making me drive my mom. But I keep coming back, don't I? And I keep doing it. And you know what? I want more, but I don't expect it, because I know they're never going to give it. So it is one of the most impressive and respectful things you can do. And a lot of you might be like, I'm a nice guy. I get along with everybody. But are these people that you get along with because they agree with you? How many people are you nice to that you don't agree with anything they stand for? Religion, politics, morals, you know, whatever they say. Okay, they could be an absolute crappy person. Maybe they keep on forcing you to drive. I'm not going to go there. But, you know, how nice are you to the people who aren't nice and who don't align with you? That is the mark of a good person. And you're like, I'm just nice to be nice. I'm just going to keep on being that good person and be thankful for those kind of people. And that's how I try to be. But, you know, it's not always easy, because you try to put good out. You're like, I'll help you out, Santa. And he makes fun of you in front of everybody. Stop wearing your pajamas, loser. Oh, dude. Like all the other reindeer, I'm made fun of, but I'm going to lead this sleigh somewhere, let me tell you. And it might not be where you want to go, Santa, okay? You picked on me for a bit too long. I might take us straight off the cliff, but I don't know. We'll see. Find out. Christmas Eve. Let's go. You want to go there? Let's play. So anyways, yeah. Be thankful. Be a good person. I'm all over the place, and that's part of these like late midnight episodes, is that the pure stream of consciousness has even less filter, and I'm just kind of letting it go and letting it flow. And also, when that skateboard went down, it kind of threw me for a loop. So anyways, yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and a merry holidays of all sorts. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I don't know if it's before or after. It doesn't matter. It's in December, isn't it? I can't see it. There's ukulele. But you know what? Whatever you guys celebrate, and even if you don't celebrate anything, maybe you're like, I'm anti-holiday. Hey, you know what? I hope you have a beautiful November 23rd, okay? December 8th. Oh, what's happening? I don't know, but I hope it's a wonderful time. And more important, you don't have to wait till Thanksgiving to be thankful, okay? And you don't have to wait till Black Friday to get a deal. But it's just a good time to love the people you've got, man, and appreciate the people around you, and be thankful. Even in the weak and monotonous and boring times. I've been thinking about that a lot. And that's part of my overthinking brain, where I look at something like, oh, how are they doing? I overthink things in my own realm. And I go, you know, how much appreciation am I putting out right now? You know, you got to reflect in those moments when you're like, this sucks, this is boring, it's draining a lot of my energy, but, you know, what if I didn't have this anymore? And it can get pretty sad. I'm not going to go that far. But, you know, look at everything in your life, man. All right? And no matter how crappy it is, whether it's making some pies with expired shortening, it's not going that well. Or driving your mom somewhere you don't want to go, all right? And like, what if I didn't have my mom to drive her everywhere? You know, I appreciate the ability to do that as much as I don't like what they're doing. You know, it's cool. You look back at every day, man. And when you got crappy stuff, I was doing something just last week, and I was doing a crappy job. We were working on the apartment with my dad, and it wasn't the fact it was apartment, just being with my dad. I was like, oh, this is heavy, it's crappy, it's wet, I'm cold, and I went, you know what? I don't work with my dad all that much, because I'm off doing my own thing now. And I was like, I want to be more like locked in. Doesn't mean I have to be like present, like, hey, Dad, let's have a very interesting and deep, meaningful conversation right now. But just like in my own mind, in my own presence of the universe, I want to be like here, and I want to be feeling every step and every thought, and be like, you know what, this is fun, because I don't know how many more times I'm going to be doing this. How often am I going to be carrying drywall with my dad? Not that he's going anywhere, but like I don't know how many jobs I'm going to want to sign up for. But I just want to appreciate all the crappy things, man. And I've been trying to make a bigger effort of that in my life. And it's not always easy to do. It's not. And I think, I don't know. I don't know what I think. I think I just need to do it a little bit more. But it is late, and this is deep and philosophical. But I hope you guys get something out of it, because maybe it's not uncensored. Maybe it's not hilarious, but it is real. It's raw. So if you're having a crappy time right now on a crappy night, I want you to look at your friends across the dinner table and go, dude, you made a weird dish. It smells horrible, but I don't know how many more weird dishes you're going to make me, so I'm going to take part, and we're going to live this moment together, brother. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope the Buckeyes win. I hope your mom's friends don't ask you to do things, but even if they do, I guess appreciate it, but who cares, right? Appreciate the fact that you can drive your mom around, I guess. Spend some time with her. Appreciate the fact that Santa is a goblin. He's a menace to society, and I will stop him, all right? This is how the Grinch came to be. The Grinch was just a guy who wanted to get a photo with Santa, and he made fun of him in front of everybody, That's kind of how the Grinch started hating Christmas. They made fun of him. You've seen the movie. And he's like, you know what? I hate Christmas. And I was at a tree festival. It was plenty of opportunities for me. So I'm going to have to make sure I appreciate that bitter moment as well and get through it. So, guys, go get some deals. Appreciate, thankful, love. Just love, dude, okay? It's that I go from this, I go angry. Oh, my gosh, the world's a beautiful place, isn't it? So, guys, thank you so much. I'm full of love, a little bitter, but mostly love. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.